Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. So this morning, it is November 14th, 2023. We will be looking at Proverbs chapter 14, and I think we'll look at verse 6 today. So this morning as I was reading it, and I've looked at this one before, but something jumped at me, and I don't know if it jumped at me because I needed to see it, or it jumped at me because you needed to see it, or maybe it's both of us. But no matter what, somebody's going to get something, and that's the reason I do this, right? It is, by the way, the reason I do this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I've got a fuzz beside me from the lights. Means my lens is dirty. Distractions are not good for me. Have you ever noticed that in your life, just a little stupid distraction can just take you off on a tangent that before long you're not even dealing with what it is that you needed to deal with because, you can't deal with that glow that's in the background. You can't deal with that thought that's permeating your mind. Well, here's a little secret. When the thought's permeating your mind, you got a distraction that is a problem. You've got those things going on in your life that just gets in the way. You can continue to let it be a distraction, or you can do something about it. Fixed. Now it's not a distraction anymore. When I have thoughts in my own head that gets in the way, instead of letting it continue, I address it. It's a distraction. It isn't an evil thought from God, even if it's not evil. From the devil. It's an evil thought from the devil, even if it's not evil. It's a good thought, but it's opposite or in a different direction or leading you down a path that's not the path you're on, right? And so you need to address it, make it go away, and put your focus on what you're doing. And just clean the lens. It took me a second, right? But it took that distraction away so I could be present with you. Because otherwise it would have been distracting me the whole time. I would have never gotten to my point, right? We need to do that in our lives. And it ties perfectly in with what I was going to talk about this morning. When we read Proverbs 14, verse 6, it says, "A mocker seeks wisdom and doesn't find it, but knowledge comes easily to the perceptive." That word mocker can also be someone who is an interpreter. It is someone who takes the stuff and just deals with it as it is. The chaos around you, it's just chaos, and well, it doesn't matter because I'm not trying to do anything other than present what's right in front of me. The glow from the dirty lens, I'll just push through, it'll be okay. And I never really get to the depth of what it was that I was going to deal with. That thought in my mind that's got me off on a tangent, and I cannot do what's right in front of me because of the tangent. It's leading me astray, and I can't deal with it. Those are the things that happen, right? So think about it this way. An interpreter is someone who stands there with one language, hears the language of what no one else can understand, and takes those words and makes them the words that the people around them can understand, right? I mean, that's the basics behind it. An interpreter is so focused on the words, they don't get the message. And it's really difficult for an interpreter to interpret correctly if they don't understand the message first. They get technical words correct, but the way it lays out, it doesn't go well. But knowledge comes easily to the one who listens and then shares. A really good interpreter listens to a sentence, then interprets the sentence, because they got the whole context instead of interpreting word for word. What do we do in our lives? Well, it comes down to this. Deal with the entirety of the situation. I have this task I need to get done, and I keep thinking about this other thing. It keeps causing me to make mistakes. It keeps running me off on a tangent here and there, and I keep running back. Nope, I got to get this done. Instead of wasting tons of time doing nothing well, if I just take a few minutes, go put a button on whatever it was that needed to be dealt with, write myself a note and stick it on that task, or do what it is, clean the lens, whatever it is. Just a quick thing to make sure that I don't forget. Because let's be honest, the reason you keep refocusing on it is because you're thinking you'll forget it. Or maybe, guys, ladies, you have this lustful thought in your head, and it's taking you down a distracted trail that you just can't get out of. Address it right in that moment. A lustful thought that's not for your spouse is not of God. Yeah, I said that. It's not of God. And since you know it's not of God, tell Satan to shut up in Jesus' name. Address it. Make it go away. Don't give up. And then come back to God. It changes your life when you do it. It really does. A mocker seeks wisdom, doesn't find it. All he's doing is doing word for word, running all over the place. Nothing makes sense. But knowledge comes easily to the perceptive. Something to think about for you today. Love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.